Hi, this is Nick on the 22nd of July with my 6th episode. That's the kind of trailer into the new program I launch on the 1st of August called The Message You Were Born to Share. And the thought today is around the whole idea of valuing our authenticity and our uniqueness. A couple of years after my first book came out, I'd written another couple of books and I'd been invited by Alternatives, where I had been the co-leader, but I'd been invited to run an evening around inspiring other people to write their books, as I was now a successful published author. And as I was getting up to speak, I was kind of doing a little meditation and asking myself, what is it that I can really share to inspire these other aspiring writers, if you like? How can I inspire the aspiring writers? And a couple of thoughts came to me, and as I got up to speak, I shared these thoughts. And the first thought was, there are greater forces at work than market forces, and that thought was about, I do believe that there are greater forces at work, and when we have a message to get out into the world, that there are forces that are our allies in helping us get that message out into the world. And the second thought I shared with people is that I think what we tend to think is we have to, the word I use is manufacture a kind of uniqueness. We have to make ourselves different in some way. We have to stand out, not quite do what other people are doing. And the temptation is to try to do that consciously. And it can become hard work. It's like we have to invent something. And then if it works for a while, then we have to reinvent something, and then we have to keep reinventing it. And in my experience, that can become pretty hard work. So the message I said to people is, the more you are authentic in the way that you express these universal ideas, the more you will resonate. Because I think the key point here is, we're all talking about universal ideas. When I wrote The Work We Were Born to Do 20 years ago, I wasn't the first person to have written a book about callings and vocation. People have been writing it around that subject for a couple of thousand years. And yet I found a unique way of expressing a universal idea. And I think that's what we're all about, is we're all about an individual and authentic expression of universal ideas. And the more that we're willing to be, I suppose the words I would use are deeply personal in the way that we express those ideas, the more people kind of relax. They kind of go, oh, I just love your honesty. I just love your openness. So instead of manufacturing a uniqueness, the expression I now use is reveal your uniqueness. Be as unutterably you as you can be, and that will create a resonance, and that will create a market for what you do. You've probably heard that expression, quit trying to be somebody else, the market's already taken. We're all, a lot of us are trained to try to be somebody else other than who we really are. And I think we really become successful when we dive deeper into who we really are and truly are and reveal that. And that's never a complete journey. That's always, in my experience, an ongoing journey. We're always finding more of ourselves. We're finding fears to let go of, so that we can become more courageously and boldly ourselves. And the more that we are courageously and boldly ourselves, the more we'll touch something. Interestingly, literally just this morning, I've had an experience of that. I've been coaching somebody, and I sent her a copy of my book, Pivotal Moments, as a gift, because part of what the coaching was about writing some of her own stories from her own life. So I sent her a copy of my book as a gift to help her look at how I'd structured stories about my own life. And then she'd written a story and she sent it back to me, and in it she quoted a couple of lines from Pivotal Moments, and part of me was just quite moved, thinking, blimey, those two lines have really resonated with her. And it was about, I said something to the effect of, my goal is to develop a heart that's big enough to hold my kind of spirituality and my joy and my pain and my human suffering, something to that effect. And me saying those words had touched something in her, and she went, that's what I want to do for the other women in my life, and to help other women do that. So by me expressing myself deeply and authentically, it had resonated with her, and it had awoken something in her. So that's what I'm wanting you to get across today, or wanting to get across to you today, is this idea that don't try and invent a uniqueness. Dive into more of who you really are and express from that place, and then the more you express your authenticity, automatically then you become unique. So I hope that makes sense to you. So yeah, this is part of what we're going to be diving into during the program, the Message You Were Born to Share, which starts on the 1st of August. So the link's below, and it'd be lovely if you wanted to join up and join the adventure. So God bless. Thanks so much for watching this. Bye bye.